Welcome into QVC, everybody. My name is Rick. Well, deja vu for me, because it was last Thursday prior to our Memorial Day weekend where we broke some rules and kicked off today's special value from Ecoflow a couple days early. Came back on Sunday, and it was a rock star item the entire day because it's the lowest price ever. The Ecoflow that we are picking up, our family's picking up, and many of you are picking up. In fact, 7,500 of you have picked this up. 7,500 of you have invested in this extraordinary offer that brings you the power of the big guy, the big Ecoflow Delta 2, that gives you the same power as the Delta 2, but now in a smaller footprint. We're gonna dive into this and take your calls at 1-800-395-1601. Why? Because you never know when something might happen. It's not a season for storms. Every season could be a season for storms, for hurricanes, thunderstorms, tornadoes. Right now, there's 26,000 people across America who do not have power. Right now, you have power, you have cable, you're watching us right now, and guess what? You have an opportunity to pick up our today's special value. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let you know how this offer is going to work. We're down to one color, and it's just great. It's a silver, it's a matte silver, it's a silver gray. That's what's remaining. You can get this right now at a price of 5 Z payments of $156. It's still today's special value price. So even though it's not Sunday anymore, we're breaking the Memorial Day weekend rules and still offering this to you right now. By itself, bring it home. Or if you want to, and this is saving $890 from the regular QVC price, you can get the Ecoflow with the solar panel. And the solar panel by itself, if you go to QVC.com, like in a week and a half from now, would be $450. $450 by itself. Now it's what? It's $20 more per easy payment. And by the way, no matter which you pick up, with the solar panel or without the solar panel, this sounds like a little thing. It's not. It is the trolley that comes along with it. The trolley is magical because you can now take your Ecoflow and you can move it anywhere you like. Not only can you take it anywhere you like, so store this thing in the closet if you want to, you can power things up while it's on the trolley. So you can plug things in to any of those outlets while it's on the trolley and use it while it's on the trolley. So it's gonna be the easiest Ecoflow you've ever used. All those solar panels, by the way, they fold up to this. So this is everything right here to power up 99% of the stuff in your home. There's a catch. That, by the way, price will not last. It is here right now, so that's on the 5Z payment plan. By the way, if you have a Q card, if you thought about this, maybe you Googled it, frugaled it, schmoogled it, badoogled it, and came back and say, I'm gonna put that on my Q card, because that's 9-month special financing. After 9 months, pay it off. It's as good as cash. It's our lowest price. So it's our #1 brand, America's #1 brand. Their latest, it sold out back in October, that's still here, and we still have the lowest price. There's the setup. I'll tell you right now that in 5 to 1, people will be picking up the solar panel because it makes complete sense. We'll tell you all about that and more. We took great calls on Sunday. Get it right now for $20 more. 1-800-395-1601 is our testimonial line. What's your story on your Ecoflow? Craig Smith, come on in, my friend, because on Sunday when we had this, we took calls again and again and again. 9 o'clock in the morning when I was with Pat, and then 11 o'clock in the morning. I think we took 7 calls. But here's the wild part. Every single person that called, none of them were getting their first Ecoflow. People were getting a second. People were getting a third, because people are realizing you can get a whole home generator system, right? For like 20 grand, okay? Yeah. Great.
That attaches to the home.
The solar panel thing for the whole, you can do that attaches to the home. And when you sell that home, you're not taking that system with you. So to get 1 or 2 of these makes complete and utter sense. So there's the setup. One of the things that we pointed out right off the top is that this looks small. So don't be fooled that it'll only do the small stuff. Right, Craig?
Not at all. 99% of the appliances that you have in your house right now, we have a blender that's running on this, the coffee maker, the fan, the Wi-Fi router, the light, multiple things in at once. There's a total of 15 different ports on this machine. Rick, this is just as powerful, in fact, a little more so than the previous generation, which weighed 50 pounds. Ecoflow is the industry leader in this space. Started in 2018, trying to transform the way we generate, store, and use power. These guys know how to get it done, and this is all the features that we have with this unit right here, including that trolley that we're going to include for you as well. So when the lights go out in your house, yeah, here comes that video showing you everything. First of all, LCD screen. No little fuel gauge with 5, 6 different lights. What the heck does that mean? Nobody knows. You know exactly what's going on with your machine. Fans on the side to keep it nice and cool. Powerful enough to run your refrigerator and so much more. That's a big fridge. Your power goes out, Rick. How many hundreds of dollars of things do you have in your fridge and freezer that you could lose? Now you don't have to worry about it. 15 total inputs that we have here. 6 of the USBs. We have 6 AC plugs. This is portable to take anywhere that you want to go. Take it outside. Also great for RVs, great for camping, great for tailgating, indoor, outdoor use. What's great about this, unlike that generator that Rick was talking about, there's no fuel. There's no pull start. There's no checking to make sure the oil is the right amount and what's the gauge and what's all of this.
Oh, I'll do whatever.
There's zero maintenance whatsoever.
And none of this.
Nope.
None of that sound.
None whatsoever.
That every neighbor can hear. Listen to this. Yeah, no sound. And it's powering up everything right now. Now, here's what most people are going to do. You're going to get that solar panel. Now, when you do, you're going to go, wait a minute, how am I going to hook up it's a solar panel? I don't know. I'm not an engineer. Let me give you the engineering critique right now. Let me give you the how-to. This is an orange end to this plug right here. Watch this.
3 guesses where it goes on the back there, Rick.
Right here. Oh, that would be orange. I take this, I plug that in, and guess what? It's now plugged in. So now the sun, the power of the sun, is collecting on the solar panels, right? And that cord, by the way, is about 8 feet long cord, right?
That's right.
So guess what's happening? This is like charging your phone while you're using your phone. So you're charging while you're using it. It's 156 or 176. Get the 176 and bring it home right now. I can't believe we got so many calls on Sunday, Craig, because some of the calls, there was this woman, she was 75 years old, right? She called in, and you know what her question was? She was getting her third
Ecoflow.
Third Ecoflow, and here was her question. She said, can I connect the solar panel to the solar panel? We're like, yeah.
Wow.
Great question.
Never even thought about that.
It wasn't like, no, how do I hook? No. She wanted to daisy chain these two up.
The solar panels.
The solar panels.
And keep going.
And the answer is yes, you can. So now it's charging twice as fast to keep this going and to keep it running and to keep it going. And even if you don't charge it up and use a solar panel, take a look at some graphics as to what you can charge and how long some of the run times are, starting with that refrigerator.
And by the way, that's a refrigerator that's plugged in nonstop. And when you're actually trying to power up your refrigerator, you don't have to have it plugged in nonstop. You can leave it on for an hour, plugged in for an hour rather, and then unplug it for 2 because the refrigerator freezer are sealed. So they're going to hold in that coldness. By the way, if you don't have it, that's when you have to throw out those Rastelli steaks and that Kansas City burgers that you just picked up. They're gone. Running a blender, running an electric oven, an electric kettle this has enough power for. Anything up to 1,800 watts. Actually, a boost built in that so it can handle even more. Coffee maker like the one we have in front of us, making 66 cups of coffee. A microwave for nearly an hour. How about all the technology that you have? Because, Rick, your power could be out, but you still got to work from home. You got to charge your iPhone, have to charge your tablet, have to charge all of the other things that you have in your home, like your laptop, your desktop. You could power all of those things because we have a variety of ports. On the back of the one that I have right here, these are the 6 AC ports. You can see we have the charger going in from the solar panel. I pick this up and turn it around. I call this the tech panel right here because just below that LCD screen, we have a total of 6 USB ports. 2 of the traditional up top here, 2 super speed USBs. You can tell by the little blue designation there. And then the latest technology with the USB-C. So this is going to work for your phone. This is going to work for your tablet today. This is for tomorrow's technology where we'll all be using USB-Cs. This will power that desktop computer for over a day. But your tablet for over a day, nonstop having this plugged in.
But here's what's critical about this size that a lot of people won't, if you're Googling and frugal and looking around, it's compact. I look at it like the analogy between, I think it's about 44 pounds. The other one was like 70 pounds.
This is 34.6.
34.6, okay? So the analogy is the big desktop computer, the Dell computers of old, right? And an iPhone of today. well, that must be more powerful. It's actually not. The iPhone's more powerful. So make no mistake, just because this is small doesn't mean it doesn't have the power. In fact, a lot of people don't realize that it takes more power, more surge of power, to use a heating element like a Keurig coffee maker or a hair dryer than it does to power up a refrigerator freezer. So the big question that people oftentimes have, can this do the hot stuff?
Yes,
The answer is absolutely it can.
Yes.
I mean, we've got them all plugged in at one time right now. Even big plugs, weird shaped plugs that we're not used to, they can all work in here.
You have a total of 15 different ports on this device. You're seeing right here in the back, this looks like a bird's nest of different wires because we have the blender plugged in. And I hit the blender button.
Yeah.
The blender runs, the coffee maker, the Wi-Fi router, the fan,
At the same
lamp.
time.
All of those things at the same time. What makes this a better and safer choice than your typical generator, Rick, if you have one of those portable generators, first of all, you have to make sure the gas is good. So if it's the same gas that's been sitting inside of the tank since last winter.
I have one, yeah.
Yeah, it may no longer be good. You've got to get the gas and oil mixed together. You have to pull start it. You have to make sure you're paying attention and maintaining that motor.
You got to change that oil.
And you also have to worry about the fumes. So when you run one of those generators, typically people push them out into the middle of the driveway so the fumes don't come inside the house.
Because you do not, whatever you do,
Yeah.
put it inside the garage and say that it's outside. Don't do that.
Yeah.
So here comes your display, and that display is magic because that display is letting you know how much charge I have. I still have 87% of our charge here, right? And when you turn something on, it shows the surge of power.
Yeah, you see those numbers dance there. This is one of the things I really love about the Ecoflow is by looking at that LCD screen, you know exactly how much power you have. So we're at 87%. Right now, we're not pulling a lot of power out. That's your power out. The button above there, the number above, is the power going in. We're not drawing any power in right now. We could stay like this for another what? What does that say? Another 20 hours? Think about that. It's another 20 hours with just drawing a little bit of power. And then I hit that blender on. You can watch those numbers dance around a little bit. So those numbers will spike back up again based off of how I'm using it.
I'll pull something out, right?
Yeah.
Pull something out.
So you know exactly how much power you're using. So there's no guesswork. There's no like, oh, there's 2 lights on the power gauge. I guess I'm about 50%, but what am I really? No guesswork whatsoever. And it actually has pass-through power, Rick, as well. So if you have the solar panel plugged in where you haven't had the electric in the house for 12 hours, clear skies out there, you can have the solar panel charging the unit while you're still using the unit.
We're going to head over to the refrigerator in a second, but I just want to, every like 7 minutes, I want to remind everybody what this is. This is the lowest price. We have our #1 brand and America's #1 brand. It's called the Ecoflow. And you get in this choice down to one color, calling it the silver.
Nope.
You get the trolley with it. You get the trolley with it for no extra charge. It's the lowest price. In fact, the regular QVC price on this is $1,319, $1,319. And a couple years ago, in the Big Delta 2, with the solar panel, it was $1,700. So that's for the other guy, for the Delta 2. Now we made it more compact, same power. This is an $890 savings, $890, and you get the solar panel along with it. So sold that back in October. This guy, the solar panel, folds up into that. It comes with stands on it, so right, some feet on it.
Yeah,
so you take it up.
Yeah, I'll show you that real quick. It actually props itself up because you have these little legs in the back. There's one on each side with the little, adjustable cord, or rather this elastic cord that we have on here. You set it up, face it towards the sun. I mean, the setup is remarkably easy. Point shield at sun, plug into machine. That's all you have to do, Rick.
And then you get
There's
it,
not
and
a lot
how
of
you do
technology
it?
here.
You plug that baby in,
Yeah,
flip that baby
I'll spin it
around.
back around.
Simple to do.
Orange
Plug it
to
in,
orange.
and you cannot go wrong.
Yeah. Now, we're
Right.
in the studio. We're not going to be drawing a lot of power off of the LED lights in the studio here. But outside, you'll be getting it.
Our producer, Alan, picked up his second one. If you're a fan, 1-800-395-1601. We'll take calls here. It's 5 o'clock Eastern time. And you guys lost power for how many days, Alan? 3 days, right? Comes in handy. It's one of those things. One of those things. There's that old commercial. You can pay me now or pay me later. Remember that old commercial, right?
Vaguely, yeah.
Back in the 70s, right? Well, guess what? This is one of these, like, when you do lose power, you're going to go, oh, I should have got
wish I
that.
had it.
Should have got that. You go, electricity's good. I forgot how much I want electricity. And if this is a massive power outage, and you've got you got everything hooked up to this in your home, right? And you got the solar panel, and still it's been the 3rd day. You can actually charge this up from your car.
Yeah, multiple ways to recharge it. So first of all, we include the AC plug. You'll